Hello, welcome everyone to another episode of Crash Cinnamon. How are you? I know it's been very many months, but I have a whole explanation to this. For those who know, there's been changes on the platform I use for hosting my podcast, and that has been stress upon stress, and companies buying others and then changing how recordings and everything is done is not cool. So it's been a lot of fight and thinking if I want to read, what I want to do with this podcast, if I really even want to do it anymore. It's a love, it's an interest. I love what the platform brought for me and what it stood for. And when corporates and stuff change it, then it's another situation altogether. Yeah. I'm still rethinking of what to do and how to be really independent so that I'm not facing this all the time. So without further ado, let's get into what we're talking about today. I've been thinking about a lot of things in the last few months that I've not been able to record and not had access to my own podcast. Yes, that happened, and I had to fight a lot for it. But really, it's about support. And if you see what's happening in the world right now, support is key. It's crucial, whether it's support from your spouse, your friends, your relatives, your children, your workplace. It's everything. And how even you can be societally cancelled because you gave support to the wrong whatever, or you're buying from this said company who support this war of whatever it is. However, I want to bring it down to, there's a saying in my country that says it takes a village to raise a child, and it's a universal saying now, basically adopted by many places. And it's true. And sometimes when you have a baby, and a baby can be physically a child, or it's a business that you're trying to grow, an idea, or a ministry, or something, a hub that you're creating for the public, to support the community. The village is there, and most of the times the village kind of becomes organic in the sense of who you speak to, whether it's sponsors or where you go for support for funding, or it's your friends or relatives who are supporting you raise this child. And sometimes those things change, and the village changes. And I think that's what has been a struggle for me, to understand that my village can change depending on the situation that I'm in, and depending on where I'm at in my growth process. And I just want to encourage all of you not to feel scared to imagine a village that is different to what you had thought, possibly because you've had to move house, so basically you don't have the support system you had before, or probably you've had a relationship breakdown with the so-called people who are supposed to be in your village, or probably because of a health situation, things have had to change, or you've had to leave work. So many things, or the laws have changed. Especially we've seen how people have had to rethink how to do business again because of the laws that have changed, especially in the UK. So my talk today is short and sweet. Don't be scared to reimagine your village. Your village might expand, it might decrease. However, the village must be having the same principles. They're reliable. There are people you can go to. There are people who will truly support you, who will truly celebrate you, who will truly, put you in check as well. Tell you, okay, here you're going wrong. Or be like, I'm concerned about your health, your way of doing things of late has changed. Has something happened? Can we support you in a different way? Is anything wrong? And you'll be able to actually be open to them. Your village has to be people you can be accountable to, whether it's financially, whether it's spiritually, whether it's in terms of you know, audits for those who need to be audited. Yeah, it has to happen. However, be very mindful that it's gonna change. Yeah, last week I went to a conference which I was participating in, but more so I was a participant in the sense of listening in and not having to do a lot like I always do. And they were celebrating 15 years and of being in operation, this charity, and they were talking about, how it was when they first started. And I remember the CEO saying, the people I started with, some of them from beginning are still here. And I found that amazing because it's not easy to the same people to work with you. And I met so many incredible human beings who give up their time. They're actually professionals, from field directors to photographers to doctors to journalists, who give up their free time to support this charity. And I do the same as well. I support them in various ways in campaigns, and they're just an amazing organization to work with and support because their ethos is everything I believe in the core values that they have. And I was thinking sometimes we might be celebrating something and we might not have the same people we started with, or the people we thought would work with us that journey. And it can be painful, and it will be painful. Let's not lie, it will be painful. But however, celebrate the people who are here with you now, and they're at the table with you, they're at the award ceremony with you, they're supporting you, making sure your hair is done, that dress is picked up, you have the car, your kids have babysitters or whatever, whatever it is they're doing, your village is there. And just take a minute and see that. And if you're rebuilding once more again, it's okay. It's hard, but it's okay as well, because this time around you are wiser, more open, more aware, more in tune with what you need, and the village will be there to hold you. So yeah, that's what I needed to say today. And I just want to say also, give yourself time, give yourself grace in the transition you're going through, as you onboard your village village members. Also be cautious, just some people, the same, actually, let me say this, the same things that kind of attracted the last lot of the villagers will be the same that can attract the people who are coming on board now, whether it's your charisma, whether it's your can-do attitude, whether it's your money and your influence and the connections you have. Let's face it, there are also people who come for that, and to a certain extent, we are, or there's reciprocity in everything we do with other human beings. So you just have to decide where your boundary lines are, and not negotiate with that, and hopefully people will respect you and love you and continue the journey with you. So yeah, let's see how this new village looks like, and just don't be afraid, and it'll be fine. You got this, and it'll be okay. Thank you for listening. See you on the next one.